The Rigveda, hymn 5.46-55, well knowing I have bound me, horse-like, to the pole, I carry that which bears as on and gives us help. I seek for no release, no turning back therefrom. May he who knows the way, the leader, guide me straight. O Agni, Indra, Varuna, and Mitra, give, O ye gods and Marut host, and Vishnu. May both the Satyas, Rudra, heavenly matrons, Pushan, Sarasvati, Bhaga, accept us, Indra and Agni, Mitra, Varuna, Aditya, the waters, mountains, Marutas, sky, and earth and heaven. Vishnu I call, Pushan, and Brahmanaspati, and Bhaga and Samsa, Savatar, that they may help. May Vishnu also, and Vata, who injures none, and Soma, granter of possessions, give us joy. And may the Ribus and the Aspens, Tvashtar and Theban remember us, so that we may have wealth. So may the band of Marutas dwelling in the sky, the holy, come to us to sit on sacred grass. Brahaspati Pushan, grant us sure defense. Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, guard and shelter us. And may the mountains, framed in noble eulogies, and the fair gleaming rivers, keep us safe from harm. May Bhaga, the dispenser, come with power and grace, and far-pervading Aditya, listen to my call. May the gods' spouses aid us of their own free will, aid us to offspring and winning of the spoil. Grant us protection, O ye gracious goddesses. Ye who are on the earth are in the water's realm. May the dames, wives of the gods, enjoy our presence. Rat, Asthini, Agnayi, and Indrani, may Rodasi and Varunani hear us, and goddesses come at the matron's season. Now the light beings are given female names, and I don't believe that they are female, but it shows the difference, right? And one of the things, like in the ancient Egyptian, why the Arabs ended up doing that, not the Muslims that are firm about their faith's position on that, but at least the Arabs before Muhammad, they called the light beings as if they were females, because the ancient Egyptian word for angel in that sense had a seated female in it, and perhaps didn't understand that. And some other things being given gender, well, just because it had a seated man didn't mean that that was so explicit to the story. But here we divide the difference between the spirits of things, the jinn, and the light beings of things, and those things themselves. Hymn 547, Vistadevas, 7 verses. Last time was 8 verses. Urging to toil and making proclamation, seeking heaven's daughter, comes the mighty mother. She comes, the youthful hymn, unto the fathers, inviting to her home, and loudly calling, swift in their motion, hastening to their duty, reaching the central point of life immortal. On every side about the earth and heaven go forth the spacious paths without a limit. Steer, see, red bird with strong wings, he hath entered the dwelling place of the primeval Father. A joyous hued stone set in the midst of heaven, he hath gone forth and guards mid-air's 2 limits. 4 bear him up and give him rest and quiet, and 10 invigorate the babe for travel. His kind most excellent of threefold nature pass swiftly round the boundaries of heaven. Wondrous, O people, is the mystic knowledge that while the waters stand, the streams are flowing, that separate from his mother to support him, closely united twins, here made apparent. For him they lengthen prayers and acts of worship. The mothers weave garments for him and their offspring, rejoicing for the steer's impregnating contact. his spouses move on paths, our heaven to meet him. This our praise, O Varuna and Mitra. May this be health and force to us, O Agni. May we obtain firm ground and room for resting, glory to heaven, the lofty habitation. And these thrones of spiritual beings, let's go beyond our conception of limitations of worldly kings when we think about this. Because look at what it says about God in the Quran, that, the footstool is greater than the heavens and the earth as we know them. Well, I mean, the lowest heaven being the one with the stars, for example. Hymn 548, Visvadevas, 5 verses. What may we meditate for the beloved power, mighty in native strength and glorious in itself, which, as a magic energy seeking waters, spreads, even to the immeasurable middle region's cloud. Over all the region with their uniform advance, these have spread out the lore that giveth heroes strength. Back with their course reversed, the others pass away, the pious lengthens life with those that are before. With pressing stones and with the bright beams of the day, he hurls his broadest bolt against the guileful one. Even he whose 100 wander in his own abode, driving in the days afar and bringing them again, I to enjoy the beauty of his form, behold that rapid rush of his as 'twere an axe's edge. What time he gives the man who calls on him in fight wealth like a dwelling house, filled full with store of food, four-faced and nobly clad, Varuna, urging on the pious to his task, stirs himself with the tongue. Not by our human nature do we know of him from whom Bhaga Savatar bestows the boon. And we can start to know via our human nature, but there's further for us to connect to realize in ways that we can't voice, in ways we can't imagine. Hymn 549, Visvadevas, 5 verses. This day I bring God Savatar to meet you, and Bhaga who allots the wealth of mortals. You Asvins, heroes, rich in treasures, daily seeking your friendship, fain would I turn hither, knowing full well that Asura's time of coming, worship God Savatar with hymns and praises. Let him who rightly knoweth speak with homage to him who dealeth out man's noblest treasure. Not for reward doth Pushan send his blessings. Bhaga or Aditya, his garb is splendor. May Indra, Vishnu, Varuna, Mitra, Agni produce auspicious days, the wonder workers, sending thee shelter which we ask, the foeless Avatar, and the rivers shall approach us when I, the sacrifice's priest, invite them. May we be lords of wealth and rich possessions, they who devote such worship to the Vasus, singing their hymns to Varuna and Mitra, vouchsafe them ample room, far off be danger. Through grace of heaven and earth may we be happy. And be is what I put instead of he, which is listed here. And yeah, make room in the assembly. Hymn 550, Visvadevas, 5 verses. Let every mortal man elect the friendship of the guiding God. Each one solicits him for wealth and seeks renown to prosper him. These, leading God, are thine, and these are here ready to speak after us. As such may attain to wealth and wait with services on thee. So further honor as our guests the hero gods and then the dames. May he remove and keep afar our foes and all who block our path. When fire is set and swiftly runs the victim dwelling in the trough, he wins with heroes in his home, friendly to man like constant streams. May these thy riches, leader God, that roll the car, be blessed to us, yea, blessed to us. For wealth and weal, this will we ponder, praising strength, this ponder as we praise the God. And if we set traps for others, why should we expect deity to be friendly unto us? Or if we do such without considering, whether this is this fight really necessary? Hymn 551, Visvadevas. With all assistance, Agni, come hither to drink the soma juice. With gods unto our sacred gifts, come to the sacrifice, O ye whose ways are right, whose laws are true, and drink the draught with Agni's tongue. O singer with the singers, O gracious with those who move at dawn, come to the soma draught with gods. To Indra and to Vayu dear, this soma by the mortar pressed is now poured forth to fill the jar. Vayu, come hither to the feast. Well pleased unto our sacred gifts, drink of the soma juice infused, come to the food. Ye Indra, Vayu, well deserve to drink the juices pressed by us, gladly accept the spotless pair. Come to the food, for Indra and for Vayu pressed our soma juices blent with curd, as rivers to the lowland flow. Come to the food, associate with all the gods, come with the Asans and with the dawn. Agni, as erst with Atra, so enjoy the juice. Associate with Varuna and Mitra, Soma, Vishnu, come. Agni, as erst with Atra, so enjoy the juice. Associate with Vasus, with Adityas, Indra, Vayu, come. Agni, as erst with Atra, so enjoy the juice. May Bhaga and Asthans grant us health and wealth, and goddess Aditya, and he whom none resist. The Asura Pushan grant us all prosperity in heaven and earth. Most wise, vouchsafe us happiness. Let us solicit Vayu for prosperity, and Soma, who is Lord of all the world, for weal. For weal, Brahaspati, with all his company, may the Adityas bring us health and happiness. May all the gods, may Agni, the beneficent God of all men, this day be with us for our weal. Help us, the Rebus, the divine ones, for our good. May Rudra bless and keep us from calamity. Prosper us, Mitra, Varuna, O wealthy Patya, prosper us. Indra and Agni, prosper us thou, O Aditya. Like sun and moon, may we pursue in full prosperity our path, and meet with one who gives again, who knows us well and slays us not. Now, when 333 was on the calendar, after dusk rituals, I looked up and it was like the moon was traveling faster than I thought was possible for the moon. And I don't know whether it was just, it wasn't, but, from my perspective, it wasn't, while the moon travels pretty fast through the heavens, but you know what I mean? It takes like 10 hours or something to go from sunrise to sunset. And it looked like, it was going to take place in like 10 minutes or something. It was, I don't know what was causing that. And then I guess I readjust, I saw it in a different sense. Because it could have been some sort of optical illusion with the clouds or something, but anyways, the point that I was going to make was that it's important which names we use, and perhaps we can pray to divinity for specific things or beings to, take part in our wishes, we could say. Hymn 552, Marutas, 17 verses. Sing boldly forth, Syavasva, with the Marutas, who are loud in song, who, holy as their wont is, joy in glory that is free from guile, for in their boldness they are friends of firm and sure heroic strength. They in their course, bold-spirited, guard all men of their own accord. Like steers in rapid motion, they advance and overtake the knights. And thus the Marutas' power in heaven and on earth we celebrate with boldness to your Marutas. Let us offer laud and sacrifice, who all through ages of mankind guard mortal man from injury, praiseworthy givers of good gifts, heroes with full and perfect strength. To Marutas, holy ones of heaven, will I extol the sacrifice. The lofty heroes cast their spears and weapons bright with gleaming gold. After these, Marutas followed close, like laughing lightning from the sky, a splendor of its own accord. They who wax mighty of the earth, they who are in the wide mid-air, are in the river's compass, are in the abode of ample heaven. Praise thou the Marutas company, the valorous and truly strong. The heroes, hasting by themselves, have yoked their deer for victory. Fair gleaming on Parushni, they have clothed themselves in robes of wool, and with their chariot tires they cleave the rock asunder in their might. Whether as wanderers from the way or speeders on to the path, under these names the spreading band tend well the sacrifice for me. To this the heroes well attend, well do their teams attend to this. Visible are their varied forms. Behold, they are Paravatas, hymns singing, seeking water, they praising, have danced about the spring. What are they unto me? No thieves, but helpers, splendid to behold, sublime with lightnings for their spears. Sages and orderers are they. Russia, adore that Marut host, and make them happy with thy song. Russia, invite the Marut band with offerings, as a maid her friend, from heaven to bold ones. In your might, haste hither, glorified with songs. Thinking of these now, let him come, as with the escort of the gods, and with the splendid princes famed for rapid courses. To the gifts, princes who, when I asked their kin, named Presne as their mother cow, and the petuous Rudra, they the mighty ones declared their sire. The mighty ones, the 7 times 7, have singly given me 100 gifts. I have obtained on Yamuna famed wealth in kine and wealth in steeds. And how you are in, various ways affects whether something is a curse or a blessing, or whether beings work for you or against you. The Quran talks in much the same way as the healing, with healing in sacred verses, is that if the actual revelation from divinity, if it's believed in and stuff, it's a means of healing. But those who try to cover those who don't believe it, knowing about it is a problem. It only increases their spiritual problem. Hymn 553, Marutas, 16 verses. Who knows the birth of these, or who lived in the Marutas' favor in the days of old, what time their spotted deer were yoked, who when they stood upon their cars hath heard them tell the way they went, who was the bounteous man to whom their kindred rains flowed down with food of sacrifice. To me they told it, and they came with winged steeds, radiant to the draught, youths, heroes, free from spot or stain. Behold us here, and praise thou us, who shine self-luminous with ornaments and swords, with breastplates, armlets, and with wreaths, arrayed on chariots and with bows. O swift to pour your bounties down, ye Marutas, with delight I look upon your cars, like splendors coming through the rain, magnificent heroes. They have cast heaven's treasury down for the worshippers' behoof. They set the storm cloud free to stream through both the worlds, and rain floods flow o'er desert spots. The bursting streams in billowy flood have spread abroad like milky kind. O'er the firmament, like swift steeds, hasting to their journey's resting place, to every side run glittering brooks. Hither, O Marutas, come from heaven, from mid-air, or from near at hand. Tarry not far away from us, so let not Rasa, Krumu, or Anitaba, Kuba, or Sindhu hold you back. Let not the watery Sarayu obstruct your way. With us be all the bliss ye give, that brilliant gathering of your cars, the company of Marutas of the youthful ones, the rain showers, speeding on, attend. With eulogies and hymns may we follow your army, troop by troop, and band by band, and company by company, to what oblation giver, sprung of noble ancestry, have sped the Marutas on this course today. Vouchsafe to us the bounty, that which we implore, through which, for child and progeny, ye give the seed of corn that wasteth not away, and bliss that reaches to all life. May we in safety pass by those who slander us, leaving behind disgrace and hate. Marutas, may we be there when ye at dawn, in rest and toil, rain waters down and balm. Favored by gods shall he the man, O heroes, Marutas, and possessed of noble sons, whom ye protect, such may we be. Praise the free givers at this liberal patron's right. They joy like cattle in the mead. So call thou unto them who come as ancient friends, hymn those who love thee with a song. Now, the various elements do have their risks to us, but under certain conditions, they are in our favor. Hymn 554, Marutas, 15 verses. Hymn 51 was also 15 verses, but we're having a declining list of verses. Might as well see. Okay, that one's not 14. This hymn will I make for the Marut host, who, bright in native splendor, cast the mountains down. Sing the great strength of those illustrious in renown, who stay the heat, who sacrifice on heights of heaven. O Marutas, rich in water, strengtheners of life, are your strong bands with harnessed steeds that wander far. Trita roars out at him who aims the lightning flash. The waters sweeping round are thundering on their way. They gleam with lightning, heroes, casters of the stone. Wind rapid Marutas, overthrowers of the bells, oft through desire to reign, coming with storm of hail, roaring in onset, violent and exceeding strong, when mighty Rudras through the nights and through the days, when through the sky and realms of air, shakers of all, when over the broad fields ye drive long, like ships, even to the strongholds ye come, Marutas, but are not harmed. Marutas, this hero's strength and majesty of yours hath, like the sun, extended o'er a lengthened way. When in your course, like a deer, with splendor unsubdued, ye bowed the hill that gives imperishable rain. Bright shone your host, ye sages Marutas, when ye smote the waving tree, as when the worm consumeth it. Accordant as the eye guides him who walks, have ye led our devotion onward by an easy path. Never is he, O Marutas, slain or overcome, never doth he decay, ne'er is distressed or harm. His treasures, his resources never waste away, whom, whether he be prince or riche, ye direct. With harnessed teams like heroes overcoming troops, the friendly Marutas, laden with their water casks, let the spring flow, and when impetuous they roar, they inundate the earth with floods of pleasant meath. Free for the Marutas is the earth with sloping ways, free for the rushing ones is heaven with steep descents. The path of air's mid-region are preceptuous the mountains with their running streams, when, as the sun hath risen up, ye take delight, O bounteous, radiant Marutas, heroes of the sky. Your coursers Worry not when speeding on their way, and rapidly you reach the end of this your path. Lances are on your shoulders, anklets on your feet, gold chains are on your breasts, gems, Marutas, on your car. Lightnings aglow with flame are flashing in your hands. Visors wrought of gold are laid upon your heads. Marutas, in eager stir, ye shake the vault of heaven, splendid beyond conception for its shining fruit. They gather when they let their deeds of might flash forth. The pious ones send forth a far resounding shout. Sage Marutas, may we be the drivers of the car of riches, full of life, that have been given by you, O Marutas. Let that wealth in thousands dwell with us, which never vanishes like Tishya from the sky. Marutas, ye further wealth with longed-for heroes. Further the Rishin, skilled in chanted verses. Ye give the Bharata as his strength a charge, and ye bestow a king who quickly listens. Of you most swift to succor I solicit wealth, wherewith we may spread forth mid men, like as the sun. Accept, O Marutas, graciously this hymn of mine, that we may live 100 winters through its power. Of course, see, it's not just the time that you live, right? But some of these things happen on psychic or spiritual levels. Certainly the forces of nature do have, physical effects, but the spiritual beings of the various things in nature, that what we witness of that may not be physical. So, just because you're doing a ritual and the flood comes or something, it, realize whether or not it's a physical flood or a physical earthquake. Or hymn 555, Marutas, 10 verses. With gleaming lances, with their breasts adorned with gold, the Marutas, rushing onward, hold high power of life. They hasten with swift steeds, easy to be controlled. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Ye, as ye wish, have gained of your own selves your power high. O ye mighty ones, and wide ye shine abroad. They with their strength have even measured out the sky. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Strong, born together, they together have waxed great. The heroes, more and more, have grown to majesty. Resplendent as the sun's beams in their light are they. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Marutas, your mightiness deserves to be adored, sight to be longed for like the shining of the sun. So lead us with your aid to immortality. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. O Marutas, from the ocean ye uplift the rain, and fraught with vaporous moisture, pour the torrents down. Never, ye wonder workers, are your milch kine dry. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. When to your car poles ye have yoked your spotted deer to be your steeds, and put your golden mantles on, O Marutas, ye disperse all enemies abroad. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Neither the mountains nor the rivers keep you back. Whither ye have resolved, thither ye Marutas go. Ye compassed round about even the heaven and earth. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Whatever is ancient, Marutas, what of recent time, whatever is spoken, Vasus, what is chanted forth, they who take cognizance of all this are ye. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. Be gracious unto us, ye Marutas. Slay us not, extend ye unto us shelter of many a sort. Pay due regard unto our friendship and our praise. Their cars moved onward as they went to victory. O Marutas, lead us on to higher fortune, deliver us, when lauded, from afflictions. Accept, ye holy ones, the gifts we bring you. May we be masters of abundant riches. One definitely wants to work on what presence you have and how broad of a presence you have, and what you know, and what you're going to do with what you know. and what other powers you have and what you're going to do with those powers.